What's up, everybody? Welcome to Hustlin' Sideways.
We're here.
I'm Alan Halas. I'm a music writer.
I interrupted Alan. I'm Jim. I'm a keynote and motivational speaker.
And today we are talking nighttime routine. Because in addition to doing our show regularly with guests, we also talk about things that people with side hustles go through on a regular basis. Nighttime routine. Jim, you brought this one up to me, and I like it.
Yeah, it's important. It's obviously, like we always say with a side hustle, that like you do your job during the day and your side hustle at night. That's not what this is referring to. This is actually like what you do when you go to bed, or like the last hour of it, because it is really important. And it's actually like scientifically proven to be beneficial if you do this correctly.
Okay.
And I don't say correctly because it's subjective, but for you to get better sleep, for you to relax, to take your mind down a tad. And I say this because as we all know, I have anxiety, and so at night your mind sort of wanders. So it's important for me to get into that state of mind and to like reflect on the day, but then move forward, which is really important. For
sure. Yeah, I used to not have a routine at all, and actually, honestly, like what I do with covering concerts and events. Every night could be different, especially towards the end of the week. But I do have a set nighttime routine now, which good. I think maybe the pandemic kind of caused that.
That does help. It really did.
And got me into like a regular routine of things that have to happen. So right now my wife gets home from work late. So my dog's nighttime routine is almost my routine because it's like I gotta make sure that we
itch your ear a little bit. And,
I roll on the floor. He scratches himself. No. But he has to go out before he goes to bed. That's his thing. So I'm the one that takes him out every night. And so that kind of like puts the gears in motion, and it's like, okay, that's got to get done. I make sure everything that, any emails that need to be sent for the end of the night are sent like before that.
Yeah.
So like usually it's stuff for the morning. I reset my to-do list for the next day. And then I make sure everything is plugged in and charging because there's a lot of tech involved.
Yeah, there you go. That's your life right there.
And then that's it. And then I'm good. That's kind of the nighttime routine. Yeah. So like, it's more of a functional one. It's not necessarily more of a like.
No, that's good though, and that's what works for you. Yeah. And I'm definitely. Mine sometimes does depend on the week of how like wild things are, but like a normal week, say quote unquote, I like to end watching something like something mindless though. I'm not like a big show guy, so for me mindless is like Frasier, like stuff in the 90s, or like Seinfeld, or How I Met Your Mother, like something I don't really need to pay attention to that I could just like dive into, maybe laugh a few times, and then finally like feel around 9:30ish 10 o'clock-ish really start getting in bed. And then I haven't really been a big reader most of my life, but I've really started to read more, and I appreciate that. And now I have a book out for a little bit. I wash my retainer, which is maybe slightly graphic, but either way, I wash that out, and then do my thing. I actually can't fall asleep without like either melatonin or something like like a natural thing. I'm just not a good sleeper, so I'd like to either take that and then get in bed and like really like crack my back and just like super chill out, and then finally get in the space where I'm in this bed and relax, because I like my mind and know that like the day is done. Yes, that's what I need to know. So like when I'm looking at my phone and stuff, it never helps, because your mind's like, oh, this is what you do in the morning too, or during the day. And really to have that down. And I think it's important, obviously, to feel rested, but generally to like take that moment to reflect on your day. What went right? Yeah, to say that 5 times, that's not going to work well. And then what you need to improve on, and then really get in that space of like, now you're in bed and it's time to stop and relax and let it go. And I do go through stuff in my head of like the day, but then I try to fall asleep to that. So it depends. But I do think it's important to establish something of a routine, something that like you can count on when you're traveling, let's say, that you can get in and really have it be replicable and do more of it, and feel like now you're ready to call it at night and be relaxed and feel accomplished in doing so. Yeah,
absolutely. That is part of, I think, is the like the mental aspect of it is knowing that I did X, Y, and Z.
Yes.
Like you're set for tomorrow. You know what I mean? Like I know that
going into it, exactly.
Yeah. Even if I had like let's say I had a full laptop battery and I didn't charge that for the night, I would still even maybe just unplug it, but plug the like cord in, just to be like, okay, it's in its spot, it's good for the night. That's a little OCD, but like
either way, it works for you.
Putting you in that kind of like mind frame of saying like, okay, everything is in its place.
It's completed,
settled, especially when it's a crazy day. Yeah, you're just kind of at ease. So
exactly. So what are your nighttime routines? What's the thing that makes you relaxed and ready to go for the next day, but also fall asleep and go to bed. We want to hear from you guys. And if you have a side hustle, Alan, tell them what they can do.
They can send us an email. You can be on the show. You can come talk to us because we do have episodes with guests. So if this is your first time watching us, welcome. You can subscribe. Welcome. And you can subscribe wherever you get podcasts or wherever you watch your videos, wherever you're watching this. But if you have a side hustle, you can send us an email. It's hustlingsideways@gmail.com. You can also find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or on YouTube. I'm so used to doing this from radio that I rattle off. We are all over the place too. So we're hustling sideways everywhere. And we definitely want to know, what's your nighttime routine? What is the thing that puts you to bed at night, gets you set for the next day? So that's what we're thinking about today. I'm gonna go sleep. Actually, I'm just gonna.
This made me exhausted. I'm
gonna go walk the dog and kick off the routine. It's the middle of the afternoon. It's light out.
It's quite literally sunny, but that doesn't matter. We still want to sleep.
We're just gonna go right to it.
On that note, keep on hustling.
We'll see you next time.